I've got my iPhone here and I want to access my Baker and Taylor Access 360 ebooks directly through my iPhone. So the first thing I want to do is go to the App Store and search for the Blio reader so that I can read them using the recommended reader from Baker and Taylor. So I'm going to go ahead and install that Blio app and install. It is a free app, and it's going to install that app on my phone. If I hadn't already logged in, I would need my Apple ID, so be sure you have that information before you install an app on your iOS device, your iPad, iPhone. And while this is loading, we see that the application is going to be on one of the pages within the iPhone when it gets done loading. The application has loaded, so I can go ahead and launch that application. And the first time I use that application, it's a little hard to see with the shadow here, it's going to ask me to log in. So I will need to log in using my email address and the password that I set up earlier in the Blio account registration process. And if you don't already have that account, you could create it at that previous screen. And once I've logged in, since this is a cloud service, it recognizes if I have books already available in my cloud account on the Blio reader. So it asks me if I want to download the books that are already in my account. I'll say okay, just so that I get all of my all of my books also on my iPhone. As I'm traveling around, I might want to read this on the train as I'm reading the others on another device. So I'm going to select if I want my books to automatically be downloaded, and I'm going to say okay. If you have a large library, you probably don't want to do that. So at this point, all of the books are loading that are part of my library, and some of them are sample books that come with the reader. And these can continue to load. So now that I've got my reader open and installed and ready to get books, I'm going to go now to my browser. So go back to my home and head over to my home screen and bring up my browser. I've already logged in to my public library. Actually, it signed me out, so let me log back in to my library. And I'll enter my library card ID and PIN, and I'm ready to log in. Once I'm logged in, I will see the bookshelves of the Baker and Taylor Access 360 library, and then I can then choose one of those to check out. And in this case, I'm going to just try and look here in the returned, and hopefully I can find one quickly that's available to demonstrate. And I will choose this book in the list, and it's then giving me detail on that book. It's taking a little bit to sign in, but this is available, and it is available in the Blio format. I'm not sure if you can see that blue button right there, but I'm going to go ahead and download that. And check out now. It asks me to log into my Blio account again, so I do that. And this will then launch the application after the book is loaded. Okay, it's successfully checked out, and please open your Blio browser, or Blio e-reader. So now, after that's done downloading, I'm going to head back to my application. Load it up, and we should see the new book coming in. I had the 8 before, and as it validates, it's going to pull in that new book, and here it's coming. Okay, and I have 21 days left. You see the book is not quite loaded yet, but as soon as it's loaded, I can launch that in the reader. So again, this illustrates how you use the Baker & Taylor Access 360 on an iPhone. As with any of the devices, if you have the application Blio on your device, it's a simple process of downloading that book and reading it in the app e-reader application.